The sole purpose of this video is to provide a basic overview and orientation of your new apparatus. This video is not intended to act as or replace individualized driver-operator training. Individual fire departments may base guidelines, policies, and procedures tailored for best practices. Pierce Manufacturing and Hughes Fire Equipment representatives are not liable for injuries caused from acts resulting from actions inconsistent with the information provided within this video and/or accompanying manuals. Refer to the Operation and Maintenance Manual for complete details relating to the components and features of this apparatus. Only trained personnel should operate this vehicle or perform maintenance. You are responsible for learning how to operate this fire apparatus under all conditions without having to refer to the manual while operating at an emergency incident. This video will discuss types of warnings and caution labels. It is your responsibility to locate and identify each of the labels and understand the importance and associated hazards. Warning labels will point out procedure that must be taken or action that must be avoided to guard against the possibility of serious injury or death. Caution labels will advise you that there is a risk of damage to property if certain precautions are not followed. Continuous training, reviewing of operation and service manuals, developing good standardized practices will assist driver operators with a more complete understanding of the components and operation of this fire apparatus. As the driver operator of this vehicle, you are responsible for understanding the function of each component of the apparatus, maintaining control of the fire apparatus at all times while in operation. Make operational and functional changes while operating at an emergency without having to read operator's instructions or safety warning labels. Operate manual override and emergency shutdown procedures immediately if a component fails to operate properly. Components location may vary with each Pierce fire apparatus. Review the exact location of each component prior to operation. Major inconsistencies between your vehicle and the information contained in this video should be directed to your sales representative. Safe operation of any vehicle is the responsibility of the driver operator. You must learn the location and function of all controls, switches, gauges, valves, inlets, and discharges. Due to a higher center of gravity, heavy trucks have a significantly higher rollover tendency than other types of vehicles. To reduce the risk of rollover, avoid making sharp turns, excessive speed, and avoid abrupt maneuvers. In the event of a rollover crash, an unbelted person is significantly more likely to become injured or die than a person wearing a seatbelt. In the event of a crash, unbuckled occupants can also become a hazard to other occupants, as they may be thrown around inside the cab. Seatbelts are required while in operation. Please refer to your warranty certificates for details and information enclosed in your manuals. Customer-installed equipment must be mounted to withstand road travel and comply with NFPA 1901. Modifications such as drilling holes or welding to structural frame components of the chassis are not permitted. Contact Pierce for instruction and review of non-structural sheet metal or other dissimilar metals for modification. Follow the radio installation guide for further assistance on installing or mounting electronics. Before placing your new apparatus into service, perform a primary inspection of key components of the apparatus, including all fluid levels, anti-lock braking systems, electronic stability control, and automatic traction control. Weigh your apparatus to ensure that it conforms to axle and brake ratings. Never exceed the gross axle rating printed on the label inside the cab. Exceeding these ratings could lead to reduced component life, personal injury, or death. Review the use of auxiliary braking systems, compression brake, exhaust brake, electronic retarder, and hydraulic retarder. Before placing the apparatus in service, refer to the operational maintenance manuals. Information on the operation and maintenance functions for the components such as the pump, pressure governor, and foam systems, along with other options, is provided in either the Pierce manuals and/or other manufacturer support information delivered with the apparatus. If you need more information, please contact Hughes Fire Equipment. Congratulations, Tolleson, Arizona, on your new fire apparatus, job number 33213. Please utilize this 5-digit job number when referencing your apparatus with Hughes Fire Equipment. Let's get started on a brief orientation of your new apparatus. Let's start just under the front bumper area, where you'll find dual air horns located on the passenger and driver side just under the front bumper. Moving up onto the bumper face, you'll find a drop-down access panel. Moving all the way to the driver's side face of the front bumper, you'll find your electronic siren and PA speaker system. Moving up onto the top of the bumper extension, you'll find 2 latches, which will allow you to gain access to the grab handles, allowing you to lift the lid on your bumper extension. Moving once again back to the side, driver's side, you'll find your mechanical siren. Let's move up from this location onto the cab face, where you'll find on the outer edges your marker lights and turn indicator. Moving just inside of that location, clustered together, is the headlight structure housing the low and high beam headlights. The high beam is on the inner side. Moving up from that, you'll find 2 forward-facing emergency warning lights. Just beneath the Pierce logo, or directly behind, you'll find the latch, which allows you to gain access to the hooded area of the truck cab area. Up onto the very top of the windshield, a seamless one-piece windshield with 3 windshield wipers. On the outer edge, you'll find the West Coast style mirrors, flat and convexed on the lower section. On the brow of the apparatus, you'll find 5 running lights located across the brow. You'll also find a forward-facing floodlight. And as we move up onto the top, you'll find your emergency warning light bar, which spans the full distance. Inside that light bar, you'll find your Opticom system, and then directly above that, you'll also find a directional spotlight, which is controlled from inside the cab area. Let's take a look inside the bumper extension area. First, with the drop down in the open position, you'll find 2 reels, an orange and also a blue. There's also a removable tray in the center location. The reel rewind button is located on the inside area. And then also, once again, the removable tray to gain access to the lower section. This is going to be the hydraulic reel. You can see the push button for that hydraulic reel for the orange reel, and then also for the blue. Let's move now to the bumper extension. On the side, you'll find a side-facing emergency warning light. As we look through the rest of the cab area, you'll find an air connection located in the step well of the driver's entrance area. You'll also find access pull handles, which have also keyed locks, and also grab handles at all points of entry for personnel. Let's go ahead and take at the lower section lights. These are going to be the bumper extension just over the front tire, and just over the rear tire you'll find side-facing emergency warning lights. You also have on the passenger and also on the driver's side a side-facing camera, an auto eject plug, and just above that auto eject plug you'll find the battery sensing indicator. As we move just to the rear of the axle, you'll find your wheel chocks, which are located in the lower section. Just in front of the rear axle, you'll find a yellow marker or turn indicator light. And as we move upward into the location, you'll find SCBA bottle storage location. There are also access here for your DEF and also your fill. On the rear side, you'll find emergency warning light lower section. As we move up to the very top, you'll find your side-facing scene lights. Let's go ahead and move now inside the dash area. Let's first point out some warning labels. On all of the door panels, you'll find all of your warning labels affixed to the door panel. There are also additional warning labels throughout the cab. Down at the foot area, you're going to find 2 pedals. These are your air horn and also mechanical siren. You'll also find the 2-foot pedals, first your brake treadle, and then to the right your accelerator. Moving up from that location, you'll find the red master battery switch. That's at the very top. That's a quarter turn for your master battery. Then as we move back down to the yellow tag, this is going to be down in the lower right-hand side about the operator's right ankle. This is the placard manufactured by Pierce for your department. It has the date of manufacture, September of 2019, the 5-digit job number, gross vehicle weight ratings, cold tire inflation, in addition with the VIN number, component, fluid capacity, and fluid types for your vehicle. Let's move now to the dash area on the left. You'll find the tech module. Moving down into the green area, you'll find your engine, transmission, and ABS diagnostic port. And to the right, you'll find your display port. These are the three locations where you would gain access for any additional information for mechanical purposes. Down in the lower section, you'll find your ABS diagnostic switch, engine diagnostic switch, and down at the very bottom, you'll find two switches. These are for your regen inhibit, and also DPF regen. Go ahead and move to the right of the steering column where you'll find your command zone. This is your display monitor. Tremendous amount of information right at your fingertips. We'll also find just next to it your Tolleson transmission pad, which is a digital readout. Moving to the right, you'll find a set of memory switches. At the very top, you're going to find a siren brake, PTO for your generator, and also a load master. Moving down, you'll find the engine brake and also settings for low, medium, and high. Compartment RS1, and then moving further to the right, you'll find a push-to-talk for your radio and also mirror heat. Moving to the right, you'll find your go light control, and then also instructions here regarding your generator and its operating instructions. Let's go ahead and now move to the very center section where you'll find your climate control for heat, air conditioning, and also defrost. Moving overhead, this is going to be over the operator. You'll find this placard, height 10 feet, 2.75 inches, length 32 feet, gross vehicle weight rating 43,500 pounds. To the right, you'll find your emergency master roof light, front warning, and side warning. In the next section down, lower and upper rear warning, high beam flash, and traffic preemption. Also a set of switches here regarding your air horn, electronic siren, side cab scene, rear scene, also your front flood, driver's side, passenger side flood, and rear floodlights. To the very far right, you'll find your siren control and PA speaker system. Let's move now to the center section of the dash. On the left-hand side, you're going to find your transmission oil, DEF level, and water temp. On the far right, you'll find your volts, fuel, front and rear air with your speedometer and tachometer located in the center. Informational diagnostic information will display above and below the speedometer. Let's move to the right where you're going to find your mirror controls for the left and right. And then as we also look just down from that area, you'll find that control for your go light. As we move just to the very rear section, there are two seats nestled against the back wall. You'll find your David Clark headset system on the back wall. You'll also find light switches on the passenger and driver side, and then also access to your generator. When your generator is operational, this plug will be operational also. Just underneath the seat riser, you'll find additional storage. And as we look overhead in those same positions, in the front, you're going to find your push on and off red and white lights. You'll also find your David Clark individualized command center. These are going to be for your push to talk and also radio volume. Your vehicle is also equipped with an AM/FM radio. These are the speakers that those will be operating through. Let's now move just a general view here from the rear looking forward just to get a sense of where things are at. Just beneath this location is where you'll find the checkout location for all of your oil and transmissions. There's a small door in the very back of the engine cowling. You'll also find a speaker located on the driver's side. This is for your reverse camera. And then also just in between the two seats, you're going to find your battery charging system and also a real reset button. Let's move to the exterior. We talked a little bit about these two doors, one SCBA and also fuel doors. First, the blue is going to be your DEF fill location. The silver is your ultra low sulfur diesel. The two locations will be your bottle storage locations, and they also have retaining straps. Let's move now just from this location. We'll move to these just directly over the rear wheel where you'll find tool boards. There are two of them located in this area. The release mechanism is on the opposite side of the D handle. Once those are in the open position, they will lock in position. To return those back to their position, just simply lift the silver lever with the black plastic on top. Let's now move underneath the apparatus. This is just to the rear. You'll find your folding wheel chock location. And as we move all the way to the rear, I would like to remind you some warning labels here. This is a fall hazard and never ride on the side or rear of the vehicle. You'll also find when your generator is operational, these two outlets for generated outlet power will be active. Down at the very bottom, you'll find an emergency warning light. Moving up from that location, you'll find your turn indicator, reverse light, and also a brake light. Just above that, you'll find your rear scene lights. And then also at the very top, you'll find a rear-facing emergency warning light.
Located directly in the center, just over the roll-up door, is where you'll find your backup camera's point of view. And then also just beneath that, you'll find the rollout tool location. You can see the release mechanism on the far right-hand side to gain access for rolling out. As we move upward, you'll find ladder storage, and also you'll find long tool-handled storage. Let's move up from this location to the roof area. There are 4 coffin locations at the very top for storage, and then also in the very center, the dunnage area, is where you're going to find your Harrison generator. This is a sight gauge to view the amount of fluid inside, and also a fill location. Moving up to the front of the cab is where you'll find your Wilbert night scan. And then as we move further back, just a quick look at those compartments with them in the open position. There is LED lighting inside. Let's move to the very back. When you want to access the top of the section of your roof, this is a drop down to extend your ladder. As we look to the side of the apparatus, extremely hot diesel exhaust temperatures. Be cautious where you park your vehicle. Let's move now to the passenger side, where you'll find that side-facing rear camera. Also grab handles at all points of entry. As we move now to the body, you'll find these 4 pull-out drop-down shelves. You'll also find 2 lower shelves that will pull out, which are trays. And then we have 2 fixed shelves located in the very rear section. I've also got an image here of them in the deployed position here for easy access of tools and equipment. As we look also, you'll find additional wiring harnesses back in the very rear section. And then as we move to the forward section, you'll find once again some additional wiring harnesses here. Let's move forward to this location where you'll find your reel location. This is for your electrical reel. Let's go ahead and move now to the front cab area where the officer's position is. This is where you're going to find your vehicle data recorder. As we also move just slightly back from this location, you'll find an air horn push button, and then also a push button for your radio push to talk. Located overhead, you'll find a momentary Opticom switch, side cab scene lights, driver's side and passenger side flood, in addition with your rear flood. Congratulations, Tolleson, Arizona, on your new fire apparatus, job number 33213. If you have any questions regarding your apparatus, please contact your Hughes Fire sales representative. Thank you and congratulations.